Chili baby, and the place to be is San Francisco Guitar. This is going to be an unimportant PSA for guitarists that are looking to break free from the matrix. Not just detuning or alternate tuning, maybe tuning up and down, maybe coming up with your own tuning. It's a paradigm, it's a format that you get to create. Instead of dadgad, which is very popular, we have a lot of dadgad pill people in the guitar playing universe. I am kind of interested in something that I got from violin playing and four-stringed instruments, sawmill tuning in Appalachia, a tuning that they also use in the Middle East for having cellos and Western strings in a different tuning, where we have a pair of fifths, a fourth, and then a fifth. And if you can imagine that on a dadgad tuned guitar, you'd have D-A-D-A. I like to call it da-da tuning, but you know what's funny about that? You're gonna break the strings if you try and go that high up for that G string, and it's just not gonna work out. You can try, but I'm not gonna be responsible for that. I recommend for guitar to go down C, G, C, G. The G string, funny, gets to stay exactly where it is. So the bottom four strings are amazing. That's the fundamental sawmilling tuning that we have in Appalachian music, or the kind of Arab Western string tuning that we have, where there's a fourth in the middle instead of a stack of fifths. This gives us something amazing on a major key, where we have the fret 0, 2, 4, 5. So we have this parallel shape where we don't have to think about finger positions changing, and we can kind of run our fingers however we want. So that's really special. My kind of take on it is C, G, C, G, C. And I'm just gonna tune that top E down to a C and have a droney two C's thing on top, the exact same unison note, but with some chorusing, phasing, out of tune, whatever. So strummed open, it sounds amazing. You can just play any of the strings as a single voice within that. Or I could choose a lower one. Or a lower one. And I can mix different ranges. I mean, that's crazy. Something that some guitar players might have an interest in is a pentatonic limited range of 0, 3, 5. And it helps to have fingers because you can always get things going. I, because of the Appalachian thing, have kind of like a fraily fake clawhammer banjo thing. Very more strictly classical. One thing that might be unfamiliar if you don't play a violin-based fifths instrument is finding a third here. That would be the 4 chords fifth. But once you find that shape, you can kind of do whatever you want with it. That's the one thing that you might not find. And if this is the 4 major, the reach for playing a minor third in this tuning on the fifths string is very normal for violin players, but sucks. That's a big reach. See, I encourage you to mess with any of those top strings, find your own tunings, but really that perfect thing that we have in this tuning is pairs of 2 strings, the bottom 2. The next 2 above that are going to be a parallel but octave up mirror of that. So you do kind of have this like bass and soprano thing, or male and female, low and high, whatever you want to think of it as, child, adults. You do have this. And you can have just these conversations. You could also do kind of like a passacaglia thing where you have the bass moving. And you don't just have to be diatonic with it. There's wonderful things that you can come up with going out of the key. Figure it out for yourself. It's really just something that I've found a lot of joy and expression in, and I think that a lot of people can find their own creative outlet in.